Unemployment has fallen to its lowest level in more than 4 years. Figures from the Central Statistics Office show the seasonally adjusted rate of unemployment now stands at 12.8%, the lowest it's been since 2009.
The trend of a slowly falling unemployment rate continues, but the really striking thing about today's figures is the growth in employment, the pickup in the number of jobs being created.
There has been employment growth over the last 12 months of 58,000 or 3.2%, bringing the total number of persons in employment to just under 1.9 million.
2009 was the year when mass unemployment returned to Ireland, with jobs being lost from then until the middle of last year. But since then there's been positive jobs growth and the pace of growth has been quickening. Over the past year there are 58,000 more people in employment, 54,000 of them full-time. That's an annual growth in employment of 3.2%, and that's the fastest growth rate for employment since 2007. Government and opposition saw the same numbers differently.
We had an economy losing 1,600 jobs a week. Now we have an economy creating 1,200 jobs a week. That is a dramatic turnaround.
The biggest increase in employment in this country since the recession began, seeing employment increase over the course of the last year at a rate of over 1,000 jobs per week.
The CSO figures are very positive. They reflect a growing strength in the real economy. They reflect the efforts of the business community to create jobs around the country. We welcome that. What we are worried now is that the government are showing signs of complacency in terms of their response to these figures.
We still have far too many people who are emigrating, 1,700 mainly young people every week still leaving this state. And we're not creating enough jobs. Unemployment is still far too high.
But there's no doubt that employment is growing. The only mystery is why it's growing at a much faster rate than the general economy.
Florán Irde is doing something he hasn't done in 5 years. He's getting ready for work. He's just landed a job as a night porter in a hotel after being unemployed since 2008. The last few years, he says, were tough.
It's a miserable life. No money, no food. Sometimes I were tired to send my CVs in 100 different places.
But his persistence paid off, and Florán is just one of the long-term jobless who are now finding their way back into the workforce. He got help here from this job club on Dublin's Pearse Street. Over 150 people pass through its doors each week. The man in charge says more of them are now getting work.
Well, certainly a year ago we were really struggling to help people get back into the workforce, but we've noticed more people are being called for interviews. There's a general positivity in our programmes.
But success is not everywhere. Although today's figures show the unemployment rate has fallen to its lowest level since 2009, there are still thousands of people who every day are looking for work, and for some it can be a struggle. Adam Seary has been searching for work in IT for over a year now.
It can be a bit depressing because you're looking for a job, no one's taking you. It can really get your self-confidence, I find myself, and your friends are out doing their own thing and you can't really go out with them because you have no money yourself. You can be stuck at home. Yeah, it's not great feeling being unemployed.
But for Florán, his relief about getting a job is clear.
Super. Excited, happy, glad.
So, joy for Florán. The search for others, though, goes on. Conor Hunt, RTE News.
And our economics correspondent Sean Whelan joins us now in studio. Sean, you made the point, growth and employment running ahead of growth in other areas of the economy. Is it not usually the other way around?
It is usually the other way around, Eileen, but I don't think anybody's complaining. Jobs growth is the most important number to watch in any set of economic numbers. The jobs growth, 3.2% growth, real economy GDP growth around 0.5%. It looks a bit strange, but people like the ESRI assure us that jobs growth is always a sign of real economic growth. And the figures today also chime with a lot of the other data that's been coming through this year. And you heard it mentioned by Derek O'Leary, the real economy. This is very much private sector led. The government jobs, direct employment in the public service has been decreasing. So all of these jobs are privately created, and that is a sign of people prepared to put their money where they believe the economy is going.
Sean Whelan, thank you.